Today on Flannel Farms, we're gonna build a kennel for Esther for free. Hey, welcome back. We're going out of town soon, and we need something for Esther to keep her contained. We've tried a run, she gets out of them. The little chest harnesses, not for her. Boarding is expensive, so we thought we'd try and build a kennel for free using these materials. Bits like that, and then bits like this. A lot of this wire left. So we need to clean it out, shore up some of the edges, slap it together. This shouldn't cost us any money because everything that we're going to use is going to be leftovers. So we had this old shed area that we've been sort of using as storage, and we've sort of used it as a chicken coop. This was our Depression era build chicken coop that we did a few years ago. And we've been wanting to turn this area into a brooder of some sort. And we decided to go ahead and clean it out and get it ready for Esther. Now we are using all reclaimed materials, so this cost us $0 out of pocket. Now, this might not work for you because I don't know what materials you have laying around, but what I hope this helps you do is maybe be creative and look at what you have and build something that will suit your needs that may not be the prettiest thing ever. But that's okay. I have plans to make it pretty, just not yet. So first of all, we had to get everything cleaned out of here, moved over to another area, and then we had to kind of examine the wire and see what we had. And we had to make it tall enough that she's not going to jump out. So we stretched some wire, moved it around, and got it together. Worked pretty well, actually. It's only taken a few hours this afternoon to bang this thing out. And now that it's all together, we are in testing phase. So it's completed, as you can see around me. All the wires are up, corners are nailed together, all entrances have been blocked. It's not good enough for a brooder yet. Obviously the ceiling and such has not been wired in, and that will be done at some point. But all we had to do was make sure that it was sturdy enough to keep Esther in. Now, I used regular 9/16 staples, and if you look at the pattern here, if you're using staples that aren't the best, you can hit both sides, and that will help your staples hold better as opposed to hitting them in just one direction. So we put a boatload of staples in this thing. Eventually I will come back with more of a hardware cloth staple and put those in. Roofing nails actually work pretty well too, so if you have some of those, that will work. And before we put chickens in this area, we will probably come back with the hardware cloth around the base and probably 1.5 feet, 2 feet high, and make sure that that doesn't compromise our chickens' well-being. What do you think, Esther? What do you think? Is it okay? Are you gonna be happy? Come here. If you weren't such an escape artist, this wouldn't be necessary. That wouldn't be necessary. See this harness? She somehow has figured out how to flip herself inside out, contort herself, and get out of it. Now, I don't know if you can hear the machinery in the background, but they are still clearing land here. So our next video, I hope to show you all of the land clearing that's been done. We've been filming it for over a week, and it's still going. So this is going to have to be a tide you over video until we get that one done, because our homestead's never gonna look the same again. Big things are happening. So don't be afraid to use what you have. If you have built your own dog kennel, or even your own chicken coop, send me some pictures. Tell us about it in the comment below. With community knowledge, we can do good things. We can give each other ideas on how to reuse stuff that we might not have thought of before. And that's a good thing. My name is Brian. This is Flannel Farms. We had a sponsor for this video, but I can't figure out how to make their thing work. I'll tell you more about it next time once I get an email back from them explaining to me how to make it work. And then I'll tell you how we made it work. Keep growing to grow. We'll see you next time. Bye. Okay, disregard. I figured out what was wrong with what I was doing with JC-LGL lighting. JC-LGL lighting is a high quality maker of outdoor lighting for all of your outdoor lighting needs. If you ever wonder why you don't see me unbox these things, it's because typically I take all of this stuff out, put it all together, and test it. And I spent probably 45 minutes yesterday trying to figure it out. Their directions aren't always so clear. So, this is their 200 watt, 3-pack parking lot lighting. These are LED. This is your photovoltaic sensor. It comes separate. And in their directions, it says that you can install it or not. Talking about the photovoltaic sensor. Well, they're right, you can install it or not, but this light will not work unless this is in. So, I think in their directions they were stating you didn't have to do it at that point in the directions, you just had to do it. But what ended up happening was I tried to make it just a light switch, not photovoltaic. Spent 45 minutes, went back and forth with the company. They responded quickly and promptly and said, you need to plug it in. So, take your sensor, plug it in, very simple, rotates on, it doesn't click or anything, just sticks. They also send it with a boatload of wires coming out of it because this can be put on a dimmer switch separate from the power. That's what your pink and your purple wires are. I have no interest in doing that, so I had to figure out how to wire it without these. And again, the company was very useful. All you do is stick a wire nut on this one, a wire nut on that one, dead end them as it were, and then hook up your black for power, white for neutral, and green for ground. Bingo bango, it works. I had to wait till it got dark enough for the photovoltaic sensor to register. I had tried putting some tape over it and stuff, but apparently it's very smart and it knew it was tape. I don't know how. So they've sent me 3. Today we're just going to install 1. We're gonna put it on the front of the barn because that's where I want it. I have an idea of where I'm gonna put the other 2, but I don't have the wiring for it yet, and they don't send wiring, they just send this. Wiring's expensive. So let's put this bad jam up. These are meant to be attached to a pole. You can see it has a little indent here. They do send a bracket for the back, but if you don't want to do a pole and you want to do what I'm doing, we're going to take these legs, go right through into the wood on the outside of the barn. We'll drill a hole, pass the wire through it, and we'll wire it inside out of the wood. If you want to adjust the angle, the rakishness, if you will, you need an Allen wrench. It's a 10mm Allen wrench. They don't send that with it. It's a pretty massive Allen wrench, but 10mm Allen wrench will make this go bloop, 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 bloop. Back out tonight, check this angle. For now, I'm thinking it looks pretty good. So we'll put one more lag in the back here. We'll go inside and wire it. I'm not an electrician. I'm not certified. I'm not any of those things. So before you copy what I do, you should probably have somebody certified who knows what they're doing. Do what they do. Now my hope is at some point to run another wire all the way along the back here and have it come out on the back side if we ever get that land cleared back there. And then one more over to the barn we affectionately call Lucy's barn, even though she doesn't stay in there, so that we have one pointed maybe toward the pool area. We'll see what the future holds. White to white, black to black. Wire off those 2 dimmer switch ones that we're not going to use. That was part of my issue when I tried to wire this up the other night. A lot of things I was finding online said wire them together, wire them to the power, wire them to the neutral. You don't have to do any of that. You just wire them off to nothing. This light is 5,000 lumen. Their next higher one, the 300 volt, I think is 7,500 lumens, but they don't come in a 3-pack, so we got the one that came in a 3-pack. Whenever you wire something together, you put 2 wires together, you're supposed to do it inside an electrical box. You don't just wire nut them and let them hang out in the world. All right. Nothing's gonna happen because it's daytime. So let's come back in a few hours, which for you guys will pass just like now. So it's about 8 o'clock at night. Still not completely dark, but that thing kicked on by itself because it got dark enough for it to kick on. And look at that thing blasting through the trees. We'll show you closer, come on. Everything is lit up like daylight. It is super bright out here, and that's just one of them. Now, you can see the black hole that's the barn. I've hooked up one of those bad Larrys on an extension cord. Not the right way to do it. Let's go see how bright it makes the barn. All right, this one's just jury rigged, but I wanted to give you an idea. It takes a minute for them to click on. Once the photo cell realizes, there it goes. Boom, incredible. It's really bright. And we have 3 of these. So my hope, like I said, is I have one up there. We're gonna put one on that side facing away, and then probably one over here at some point in the future. JC-LGL. There'll be a link for this product specifically below and one to just their general website. Super heavy duty construction, very thick rubber grommets for where things connect. Well made, well built, definitely worth the price. Thank you for joining us. My name is Brian. This is Flannel Farms. Keep growing as you grow. We'll see you next time.